guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I thought I would sit down and do a makeup tutorial. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a kind of a fox eye. I don't know if you guys have seen that trend going around, especially on TikTok, that fox eye makeup trend where you kind of try to make your eyes a bit more like this, like a bit more like Kendall Jenner, Bella Hadid. It's makeup you can do to kind of lift your eyes a little bit. We'll see how we go because my eye shape is quite round, so it is definitely probably not the ideal eye shape for this look, but I still nonetheless think it's really pretty and thought we'd give it a crack. So get the headband on. Headband on means business. I'm just going to start by taking a bit of the P. Louise base on both my eyelids. I'm going to do the eyes first so I can kind of clean it up and be really like sharp on those edges to lift the eye, and kind of pat that all over my eyelid, covering from the lash line up to the brow bone. Then I'm going to take my Viseart palette. This is the, what's the name of this one? Neutral Mattes Milieu. I don't know how to pronounce the last word, but yeah, it looks like this. Love the colours in it. Gonna take a fluffy brush. These are all my personal brushes, so they're definitely dirty. I'm gonna take this shade here, which is just like a soft, really soft nudie brown, and we're just gonna pop this through our crease, going back and forth in little circles. And what we want to do here is kind of lift the end up, so going around and up and up. If you want that fox eye look, instead of keeping a rounded shape, you are kind of blending outwards and everything's kind of coming out. The whole point is to elongate and lift that part of your eye. I'm going to actually go in with the Clientele palette by Makeup with Jar and Be Perfect Cosmetics. I'm going to take a bit of Sandy and mix a bit of peach out and just pop that pretty much in the same place. MAC Vanilla Pigment, which is this little bad boy. This is a kit must-have for me personally, and this is my favourite way to kind of use it if you want it to just be subtle. Take a fluffy brush, pick up a little bit and like kind of place that on the eye, and it just kind of blends it in. You don't really need a glitter glue with this one because it's more finely milled. You can if you want it to be more intense, but I'm just kind of popping that really softly blended over my eye. I've got some more smaller detail brushes here now, and I'm going to go back in with the Clientele palette and take Brownie, which is here. And I'm going to start with a pencil brush, just picking that up, tap off the excess, and I'm going to like kind of smudge this, so you kind of want it winged out, but it's like shadow, it's not really like a winged liner, along my lash line. I'm going to go in with like a much smaller detail brush. I actually want that brown to be a bit darker to get this like right in on our lash line. So the thing with the fox eye look too, I feel like you don't want to bring that shadow all the way across your lash line, just on that outer half. Just pressing that. You notice I'm kind of like pressing rather than swiping as much because that is going to create less fallout for us. It's easiest to like draw your little wing with your shadow with your eye open. Yeah, it's just kind of pulling the shadow out to kind of lift the eye upwards and bring it in here. If you're like me and you just made a mess of that part, just take a Q-tip with a bit of like makeup remover or micellar water, whatever you've got, and get in there, and you can just easily clean that up. Just blending over that kind of shadow now. Nothing new on my brush. By just having that kind of on the outer half and then that inner bit and not the whole way, it keeps the eye like snatched. It's also a good method for hooded eyes if you're trying to keep them looking open as well. So I'm just going to take a makeup wipe now and go like this. You want to kind of lift it, don't have it going as much straight, but you want it to come up slightly. I'm actually going to add a tiny bit more definition in my crease, just taking Brownie from the Makeup with Jar palette again. So your whole thing is you want this outer edge to kind of connect up into the smokiness of your shadow going outwards. So you want your crease colour here to connect here with your smoked out shadow wing, going over and blending those edges. Always go over and blend your edges. Let's move on to the base. So here's a little hack if I feel like my neck's not as tanned as I want it to be. I want a little bit more colour at the moment, so I'll actually take a MAC bronzer. This is just medium dark, and a big like stipple brush, and like put that on my neck, and it will just make me a shade or two darker. Woo. Tan clings to the rest of my body better than my neck. I feel like my neck and chest, it just washes off really easily. So by doing this, I can kind of match my neck to the rest of my body. A bit on my ears too. You don't want to be walking around with white ears while the rest of your body is nice and tanned. We're definitely going to do an everyday makeup routine, and that will kind of focus on the base a little bit more. But for today, we will start with primer. This is Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I haven't tried this, I just have this mini sample, so I'm like, why not try it? Sprayed it and pushed that in with my fingers. Yeah, feels alright. I mean, I don't know if it's actually doing anything. Time will tell. I'm actually going to use my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, just because this is quite a natural foundation. You can build it up, but I just don't feel like wearing anything too heavy today. This is in the shade 6.5, and I'm just going to take my beauty blender and pop that on. So when you're using your beauty blender, you should always stipple like this rather than don't swipe. I mean, I do swipe a little bit, especially towards the neck to blend it down, but you just want to be pressing the product into your skin for the best finish. It just looks like your skin, but better, which I have been really into. I feel like, you know, it's been a big trend, especially this year, skin looking like skin rather than skin looking like it has 80 layers of makeup plastered on. I don't like to pack too much on the forehead. I find the more product you put on the forehead, it just goes bad. So you want the least amount of product on your forehead if you can. Like if you have blemishes or something on your forehead, you'll need a little bit more, but I think makeup sits and wears better with me not wearing too much on my forehead. I feel like that's a place a lot of people get sweaty first or oily. Now just with the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Light Beige. And you can also use your concealer to also sharpen up the edges of that makeup as well. Little trick with spots. Put the concealer on and let it sit. Leave it for a minute and then go in and blend it. By leaving it allows the coverage to set. Have you ever like put concealer or foundation on a spot, then you blend it straight away and it just like disappears? That's why I think it's better to just let it sit, and you'll get a much better result from your concealer. Just pressing this in with the beauty blender again. This is a pretty high coverage concealer anyway, but just by letting that sit, it covered those spots so much better. And then once our foundation's on, I'm gonna go in with, okay, these are two of my favorite products as of the last couple of months, the nude sticks. So this one's I like to use for like a bit of contouring and sculpting. It's in the shade Bondi Bay. It just looks like this. So if you're a similar skin tone to what I am now, this will be a good color for you. And I just put that there, and then I go up like this for the chin. I'm gonna just press. This is a Real Techniques brush, and I'm pressing the product upwards and kind of pushing that into my face, not really swiping. And then down on the chin, I blend that downwards as well. I bring that up slightly just so I can chisel the jawline a bit more. I don't know if you can tell the difference between like this side and this side, but I can. Now we're going to do the other side and I'll be back. One other thing I do just to kind of cut off that bit of double chin there, just put a tiny bit directly under the chin and blend that back. Once that's done, I love the Nude Sticks blush in the shade Tiger Lily Queen. And I actually get asked when I'm wearing this what blush I'm wearing, just because it gives a really nice dewy effect. So I literally just put this is mine, so I'm going straight on my face. Put this on my cheeks. As you can see, I'm very generous with it because I love blush at the moment. And then I'm pressing over that with the same brush that I used for the contour and blending that back into the contour, just like that. And I love this. Like, I love the color. I love how glowy it leaves me. Yeah, just love, love, love. Now, if I was going out somewhere with this makeup on, I would 100% set my face all over, but I'm not, and I want to keep it as dewy as I can. So I'm just going to set a few places on my face. So I'm taking a bit of the Hourglass Veil Powder and a big brush, and I'm going to just use a tiny bit down the center of my face, down my nose, down here, and just really lightly, like there's hardly anything. The main area I will set, and even if I'm not like setting my face, I will still set this area underneath my eyes, just because the concealer moves if I don't set under my eyes. I'm actually going to take MAC Give Me Sun Bronzer here, and it's the same stippling brush actually, so this will just apply things lightly. If you just want to do things light-handed, stippling brushes are really good. So I'm just adding a little bit more of warmth to my cheeks with this. And I'm going to add a tiny bit on the forehead too. Touch more blush. So for blush, I'm actually going to take this NARS palette. This is really old, but the shade I'm going to use is Luster, which is this one right here, which you can buy individually. And I'm just going to like lightly scoop a tiny bit of extra blush. I'm going to do some highlighter. So for highlighter today, I'm going to take my MAC Hyper Real Glow palette. Then I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighting brush, and I'm going to use the Goldie shade, which is the first one here, and pop that right here. I almost forgot to nose contour, so I will quickly apply this to my cheeks and then do some nose contouring. The original Cooler by Benefit. And I'm going to go down, just really lightly. Then just popping the same highlighter down my nose, on my cupid's bow, and here. And putting that right above your arch of your brow just lifts your brow up. So I think a critical part of this look is the brows. So you won't achieve this look if you have your brows pushed down. You've got to have them pushed up, and pushing them up is going to like lift you out. You can see the difference. So that one's pushed out and that one's not. So first you want to just brush your brows up, which I am doing now. Benefit Gimme Brow, I use the shade 1 and run that through. That'll just tint them. My Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Taupe, and I'm going to line just underneath for a bit of definition, but not on top, because you want to keep that nice and fluffy. Then through the front, you can just draw some little strokes going upwards if you want. Once I've drawn that underneath, just brush that through. Always, once you feel your eyebrows in, you want to brush the product through, it just softens it. So now I'm just taking Pear's soap, which I have melted down into this old lash container. You can use water, setting spray. I'm just going to use the Clara Cosmetics setting spray. I'm just going to do 2 sprays of that on my soap. And I'm going to take this and go in, and you just want to do this until you notice that bit of soap kind of going matte, from shiny to matte. Wipe off the excess and slowly just press that through your brows, and this is the best brow gel ever. Just like that, my favorite kind of brow. We're going to pop a little bit of color under the eye. Keep the color just on the outer half. So I'm going to take a bit of a mixture of sandy and brownie on a pencil brush and just going underneath, kind of joining that up to it going out. I'm just kind of popping this halfway just because it keeps it more out. If you have bigger eyes like me, my goal here is to close them in a little bit and like bring them out. So for the fox eye, so I'm going to take a bit of this and press it just right up. Some brown liner to put in my waterline. Rimmel gel pencil, cream gel in the shade Dark Chocolate. And I'm gonna pop this in my waterline. Kind of blending that in with the shadow underneath. Go in again with a little brush just to kind of sharpen up this bit. Just like that. And create a point. Pop a tiny bit of highlighter, just like right here. Now I'm going to press a little bit more shadow just in here. I'm going to do some fakies, but first I'm just going to pop a little bit of mascara on. I'm using the Kevin Aucoin Volume Mascara. Now with the lashes, if you want this kind of look, you want something that's going to go outwards a bit. You can go as dramatic or soft as you want. I'm going to go slightly softer today. I actually pulled some lashes out that were like the only lashes I wore for like 3 years. So these are the Red Cherry 217, and my god, I used to love these. I don't even know if that's focusing, but they are more soft and they kind of go out, and they were my only lashes that I wore for years. Also concentrate a bit of volume on your bottom lashes on the outer half of the eye. When ISO is over and I'm going somewhere, this is 100% the look I'm doing. This is the look I have been loving lately. And I have no doubt if I was allowed to do clients last month, this kind of fox eye look would definitely have been something that was getting requested, I think. Take my tweezers. I'm going to pop these on. Okay, I'm going to let them sit for a minute, then come back and make sure that they're all in place. But in the meantime, I'll do my lips. Lip liner, I'm just going to take NARS Precision Lip Liner in the shade Halong Bay. That's the lip liner. This Mecca Max Lippy in the shade Pencil Skirt. It's like a really nice peachy nude, so just a little bit of that in the center. And then I want a little bit of gloss as well. Fenty Beauty Fussy, just kind of on the center. My lips to really make them pop. Alright, this is the finished look. Something a bit fun, and this is definitely the kind of makeup I love at the moment. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what other content you want to see from me, and I can definitely do that because I don't know when the hell I will be working next. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.